Welcome to another episode of Technical Earth Syndicate, where we inspire, inform, and entertain you. I'm Michael Buffington.
And I'm Chris Stewart.
And this is episode 24. Well, what have you been up to, man?
Not too much. Just been chipping away at my massive game list.
How you been doing on
that? I've been making pretty decent progress. I'm pretty happy with it.
I've somehow, since I didn't make that New Year's resolution like you did, I've been somehow buying a few games every once in a while. Didn't mean to. I was in a big Lord of the Rings kick, so I decided to buy the Lord of the Rings Lego game or the or War of the North or whatever game.
Yeah. Bad. And you keep telling me about all the sales coming out, and you know I'm trying not to buy games. You're trying to corrupt me.
Yeah. I did buy Mark of the Ninja.
Oh, how'd you like it?
Well, I haven't played any of it. I got it off Amazon for like $3.
Oh,
so.
Shame on you. You need to play it immediately. It's awesome.
I haven't had time. We've been trying to set up this show. But on top of that, my Wii U broke, and you know that.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say it broke, but apparently Nintendo had issues of War Plaza not showing up on mine, and everything else worked fine until my gamepad decided to give out as well. So I don't know if it's all connected, but
yeah, I've been having some issues here and there too, mostly with the gamepad. Like, I think you've been having the same issues. Like, it'll just start disconnecting a whole lot.
Yeah, well, yours goes away at least. Mine was just frequently disconnecting. I could be right in front of the system itself, and it would just disconnect. And if I pointed it at the system, it would be fine. And then I turned around, like in front of the system, it would start disconnecting. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, I've read about some people having that kind of same problem.
So I sent it in to Nintendo. The tech support people were actually pretty helpful. They didn't really know exactly what was going on, but they thought it might be a hardware issue. So
yeah, I've noticed it on mine. If I turn it on the actual console instead of using the gamepad, that it doesn't have the disconnecting issue. But yeah, I really shouldn't have to do that. You know?
I tried that as well, and I didn't. Still nothing. I even the guy told me to resync my gamepad, and I can kind of let you know about that right now. How to do that? You hit the sync button on the Wii U, you come up with the little menu, you hit the sync button on the back of, I had to press both of them at the same time to get it to sync, so I think there was something really wrong with my gamepad, but you weren't actually supposed to do that. You're just supposed to press the sync button on the gamepad. It'll tell you that the system's already synced up, or the gamepad's already synced up, and then you press the power switch while that message is on the power, or the gamepad, turn off the power switch on the gamepad, it'll turn off, it'll boot back up, and then it'll say a syncing issue or something like that. And then you hit the sync button again on the gamepad, and it'll completely reset it. It's because it's like always paired no matter what. So that's how you unpair it. Apparently, I wish there was an easier method, but that's what they.
That seems like a lot.
It's really not that hard. It's just kind of annoying. But I did unpair it, and there's still disconnecting issues. And I mean, I was able to go a good 24 feet away from my Wii U console without any issues since I've owned it. So
yeah,
that's okay.
Hope you get it all sorted out.
Yeah, well, we'll find out in the next week or two when Nintendo sends it back. So
yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and start the show. Enough of my bitter ranting against my Wii U breaking. But on topic attack today, we have a discussion about the Wii U. There's a bunch of new news for the Wii U. We would have recorded this earlier when it actually was last week, I believe, when they came out with it all. But we didn't have time. And Alan's Tech Corner, we're going to be following up on a discussion that we had in episode 4, which is Asteroid Mining. Some really cool news about that. With TES Review, we got Chris talking about the God of War Ascension multiplayer beta, right?
Yeah, I got a chance to play with that because I had the PlayStation Plus, so pretty cool stuff on that.
And then on our TS news, we got a bunch of gaming news, so stay tuned.
Commencing Operation Topic Attack.
Well, Nintendo Direct came out, what was it, the 23rd last week, yeah. And they kind of surprised everybody by like, hey, we're doing a conference, we're going to tell you about all this cool stuff, and we're like, oh, okay, what are you guys going to say? And I thought they were going to mostly just talk about like patch support and stuff like that for the Wii U, and also maybe a couple games, but they rolled out with a crap ton of games.
Yeah.
I watched the video, like, I guess as it aired a little bit after or whatever, and I was actually really surprised to see what I saw. The biggest announcement they had, I know you watched the trailer and saw some news articles about it, but they're remaking Wind Waker in HD.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it.
Along with a new Zelda that's going to be coming out that they said they were currently working on, and I guess they'll be talking about that at E3 currently. So,
yeah.
But they did give the spill about, hey, they got a Wind Waker coming out before that new Zelda comes out, and that's going to be coming out at the end of the year. I think in October or something like that. I think.
Yeah, they said it was going to be coming out this fall. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wish it was sooner, but oh man. But I saw some screenshots and it looks beautiful. I think they're really just remastering. I don't think it's just going to be an HD port of Wind Waker. I think it's going to be kind of
yeah, it's like a ground up remake, pretty much. I mean, yeah. I saw the same screenshots, and it kind of looked like the what was it, the Skyward Sword? It looked a little bit like that, like with the shading and stuff.
Maybe they use some of the older code for it, or something. But it looks like the textures are all new, and
yeah,
I don't know if the engine's completely new. We'll have to see when we play it, or this E3 when they talk about it more, but. It looks awesome, and along with them saying that the new Zelda, they're going to be talking about a new Zelda at E3 as well. They talked about they're going to be doing at least screenshots at E3 of the new Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, and a new Mario 3D game. So maybe we'll get another Mario 64 type game.
I hope so, because I'm going to be like the black sheep here. I really didn't care for the Galaxy series.
I liked it. I liked the second one at least. I didn't really care for the first one, but the second one was pretty good.
Yeah. I want a new Mario 64, basically, because same thing with Sunshine. I didn't care for the water pump thing. And
see, I like that one.
Maybe I just don't like change. But I just want like a standard, just like Mario 64,
Mario 64 would be good. I'm kind of tired of the standard Mario, just run through a 2D level, or even the new Mario Brothers game is awesome, but I wanted a 3D one of life, not really lives, but life bars like Mario 64 had, where you could lose an HP point,
Yeah. I just want a new game that doesn't have a bunch of little gimmicks, I guess, like the water pump and the billions of planets that you go to. Just like a regular game, Well,
did you even play Mario Galaxy 2?
I did not, actually.
Oh, see, I think you missed out on that one. That actually had a lot more to it than Galaxy, the first Galaxy. So
yeah.
I don't know if you get a chance, maybe try it out if you have a friend that owns it or something like that. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. But it is the same person, I think, that worked on Galaxy, or a lot of the same team that worked on Galaxy. So I'm wondering what they're gonna do. Maybe if they come out of Galaxy 3, I'll be a little disappointed. I'm kind of with you. I want a Mario 64 game again. Jumping in and out of paintings and going on little crazy adventures. I want that. So, I mean, that game was bottom line awesome back in the day.
Yeah.
Mario Kart. I hope they go back to honestly Double Dash. You remember Double Dash?
Yeah, Double Dash was great.
Double Dash was awesome, and then I played the Wii version of Mario Kart. I didn't like it. I really didn't like it.
It was okay. It kind of it felt like they were gearing too much towards the motion controls with it, though.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I know they can do pretty good wonders with the gamepad with the gyroscopic play within the gamepad with the new kart. But I want Double Dash again, like the multiplayer, aspect, because having a buddy in your what's it called, your cart with you, throwing shells and stuff at people and trying to like do teamwork, and then being able to switch to the next seat, like, okay, you drive now. It was awesome. Like, yeah. I remember sitting in our friend's living room and just playing it and just being, this is a great co-op game, And I'm actually wondering this E3 if they're going to announce another Mario Party. I know they probably will, but it would be nice to see it as a HD game as well. But
yeah,
Smash is the biggest talk, honestly.
Yeah, that's the one I'm most excited for.
I mean, the gamepad controls, the new Nintendo Internet Network. I mean, you remember how much travesty the Smash Online play for Wii was. Oh.
It was unplayable. I don't even want to think about it.
I mean, judging majority of the time, we were just playing in a living room, which was fun. But playing this online will be a lot better with voice chat and all that kind of good stuff. So
yeah. And Atlas came out with a little bit of a surprise announcement. They're teaming up with the they're coming out with a Shin-Megami Tensei and a Fire Emblem crossover RPG. So that should be interesting.
I know what Fire Emblem is, but I don't know about the other one. So.
They came out with a few games. They did the it's the same people who did the Persona games and
so you have never played those.
Devil Survivor or whatever it was called. A bunch of PS2 RPGs that came out.
Okay. I guess I never got to play some of those.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I'm guessing it was like a teaser trailer, so it was kind of like, I'm guessing it's a fighter game, of course. So
no, I'm pretty sure it's going to be an RPG.
Really?
It's a fighter, yeah.
See, now that piques my interest. I'm not a big fighter game person, but
it's because you're bad at them.
Yeah, well, you're bad at first-person shooters.
Yeah. Nah, I've been getting better.
No, I mean, I'm. If it's an RPG, that's awesome news. I mean, if it's like a cross-universe, I know they did that a lot with like Mega Man games. They did like universe crossing. Did they do that in one of the RPGs they made?
I don't think they did that with any RPGs. Well, yeah, they did have a couple of them.
I know some Japanese ones they did.
Yeah, one of the Namco Cross Capcom didn't ever come out here, but then there was the I think there was another one.
Yeah, that should be good. I mean, there'll probably be more at E3 for that. So on our E3 special that we're going to be doing, since we're not going to be going to E3 this year,
yeah,
I'm a little sad about that. Maybe actually in 2014 we'll go to E3. Never know.
That'd be cool.
But they'll be talking about that. And what was the next game? They previewed a game from Xenoblade. It wasn't. It was the makers of Xenoblade.
Monolith Soft.
Monolith Soft, yeah, and. Xenoblade was on the Wii, and I never got the chance. I didn't get the chance to play, but it was apparently a really big RPG that Americans and everyone that's English or actually a bunch of different countries demanded a version of it to come to different countries other than Japan.
Yeah, they originally weren't going to localize it, and it was just going to be a Japan only thing. And
they did a huge petition, huge petition on it, and it finally made it to its way and. Apparently didn't sell that very well, but it sold enough. It still was a big game, and I'm going to look at purchasing it, I guess, in the next few months or something like that before Wii games start disappearing, the gyms anyway.
Yeah, I've heard about it. It's supposed to be really good. Yeah. But they're coming out with a bit of a follow up to that. I don't know if it's like a direct sequel, but it looks like the same kind of. Like fantasy, but with mechs and stuff.
Yeah. Did you see the video for it?
Yeah, it looked amazing.
Yeah, the graphics looked awesome. It kind of had a Monster Hunter vibe about it, honestly. But more of like an RPG aspect of it. I saw like some crazy mech that he got into other than like the ground fighting and everything. So
yeah.
But it was like kind of like just a tech demo showing off the graphics and everything like that. So I'm not entirely too sure what's going on with that. And they didn't really reveal too much other in the conference other than that. So that'll be another thing at the E3. They did do another trailer for the Wonderful 101, and I've been following this game since last year's E3, and oh man, it looks even better. It looks like they even buffed out the graphics even more for it. Kind of has like a Viewful Joe kind of look to it, I guess.
Yeah, I got that from the first one, or the first trailer.
Yeah, and the new trailer looks pretty good. I mean, it's just kind of showing off more of what you can do in the game, and now we talked about this before. It was like you could pick up people, I guess like superhero people, and form them into swords and stuff like that, and you turn into a gigantic mech. I don't know, it's really weird. A mech made out of people. I mean, just like really weird stuff that you can do, and you have to get through the whole game, and it looks like a ridiculous scenario, a ridiculous storyline, and the graphics look pretty good. And from from what I was telling from the tech demo from E3, and people were playing it, I guess, or something like that. The controls seem really good on the gamepad. So
Yeah.
and then they were talking about also after all the little game announcements, they were talking about they have 2 patch setups for the Wii U. There's going to be a spring patch and a summer patch. And what that's going to entitle is bringing, fixing a lot of the problems with the Wii U, like the slowness and the app switching. How I wouldn't say it's slow. A lot of people are like, "Oh man, it's really slow," but it's. I would say it's about as slow as some of the functionality of the PS3 sometimes.
Yeah.
Like loading into the Sony network, it's really slow, and sometimes launching games can be really tedious and slow. But they said they were just working on a lot of the stuff with that first update. But they're also adding in Wii U Virtual Console games within this patch, and it's going to be like the Wii had a Virtual Console as well to play like old NES, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, and I think they were hinting at GameCube games as well. So possibility of like playing some old school SD standard definition GameCube games or something like that,
Yeah, I really want to play Luigi's Mansion again.
Dude, that game was awesome. I liked it. It was one of the launch titles of the GameCube, I believe.
Yeah.
And I never got to really play it other than like maybe one time at a friend's house and at the Toys R Us when they first had it. But I wouldn't mind playing that, and also a few other ones. Like I never got to play that Metal Gear Solid game.
Oh, the Twin Snakes, that was awesome.
Yeah. Now I don't know how if they would be allowed to re-release that, but I mean Double Dash or something like that, Mario Kart Double Dash re-released or something, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But I mean for Virtual Console, I mean they here's the setup they're going to be doing. They're going to be porting over a lot of the games from Wii over to the Wii U. Now, that comes at a price. I mean, if it makes sense, if you want to upgrade and you've already purchased your Virtual Console games, you'll be able to do that for 99 cents for, I guess, like NES and Super Nintendo games. And then for like Nintendo 64 and some of the other bigger ones, it's going to be $1.49 to upgrade those. Now, if you didn't ever own those before for the Wii U, they're going to be standard price like $5.99, $6.99, stuff like that.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people complaining about that, and like they're saying, "Oh, well, we got to buy it twice." What you're really doing is you're paying for an upgrade.
Yeah,
so
it's like
you're getting to use it for the gamepad.
Yeah,
and you're paying for extra stuff. So I don't see it as a big deal, really.
Think of the jump between VHS and DVD. I know some of you don't know what that is. No,
what's a VHS?
But that jump, like people rebought their movies on VHS onto DVD. And that was a long time ago. And the same thing with each console that comes out. There's remakes of games and stuff like that. People just buy it.
Shoot, I've even done that with Blu-ray movies. I've bought a couple of things I've had on DVD already and just got the Blu-ray versions.
Of course. And with Nintendo actually giving you an upgrade price of 99 cents and $1.49 to make sure you upgrade what you've bought already on the Nintendo network is awesome, because you're on a new system. You're on a new console. And I don't see why so many people are angry about this,
Honestly, who can't afford 99 cents?
Yeah. or even $1.49. So it's just it's ridiculous. Yeah. So I mean that's a cool thing they're doing, and I'm glad they supported that. I don't actually have my old Wii, so I wasn't able to transfer all my purchases, which kind of stinks. And the way they had their system set up, I couldn't do that. So.
But if you don't want to pay for it, you don't have to. Just go to your Wii channel and play it on that.
Yep. But if you want gamepad support and, maybe higher res or upscaling graphics on your TV and everything like that, then just you can purchase it again. It's like a standard upgrade. And I'll be buying a bunch of games, actually, once they start coming out. The second patch they're going to be doing is going to be another. They haven't really revealed much about it, but it's going to be a lot of tweaks and fixes and stuff like that. I'm guessing they're going to be adding something bigger with it as well.
I'm hoping they fix the connection issue that we've been having with the gamepads.
Yeah, maybe that's an issue. I think mine was a hardware issue. Maybe yours is not a hardware. Maybe it's just needing a patch. That patch should be out in the next month or two, I think.
Yeah.
So But on top of the Virtual Console, they actually released their first Virtual Console game as a demo to see how it actually worked. And it was Balloon Fight. Balloon Fight was the first one. And it's for the 30th anniversary. And it's 30 cents on the network right now. Balloon Fight will be available until February 21st. And then the next one's going to be F-Zero for Super Nintendo. And Balloon Fight's on NES as well. So, and then F-Zero goes on to the next month to the 21st, and then it's Punch Out. And then I'll just kind of, it's basically every month there's going to be a new Virtual Console release for 30 cents. And once that sale's over, it's going to go up to standard price. Like a Balloon Fight will probably be like $2 or something like that. Yeah. So then you got Balloon Fight, F-Zero for Super Nintendo, Punch Out for NES, Kirby's Adventure for NES, Super Metroid. I'm really excited about that one. I never got to play that, actually.
What?
Yeah, I never got to play that on my Super Nintendo back in the day.
I don't even know what to say about that.
I know. I'm banned from the podcast now. Thanks, guys.
Get out of the van.
See ya, guys. Okay, Super Metroid, Super Nintendo, Yoshi, NES, of course, and then Donkey Kong NES, which I was actually hoping for the Super Nintendo Donkey Kong, but...
Oh, the Donkey Kong Country?
Yeah. Oh, well. But all those are going to be 30 cents, and the last one ends for Donkey Kong in August. So that's almost a whole year of 30-cent games each month. And not only that, they're going to be also doing other Virtual Console deals and stuff like that as time goes on when they actually release that first patch. So Nintendo just spilled a bunch of information about what they're doing, and it's fantastic, honestly. You know, it's like,
I'm so excited about the about Punch Out and Super Metroid. I'm definitely picking those up.
Yeah,
for 30 cents, you can't beat it.
And then you got a bunch of these new games in March. There's a 2-month dry spell of this month and next month for no Wii U games really, which is a little disappointing. But March is a big list of them. I mean, they got trying to think, Pikmin, and they just each month will have a game. A good amount of games for the Wii U. So the Wii U is getting better, and if you haven't bought one now, I would recommend buying a Wii U. Honestly, the deluxe one. They're in stores everywhere. So it's if you're a Nintendo fan, definitely go for it. But so that kind of wraps it up with their Nintendo Direct, and I guess in the next month or two we'll see how things go with their patches and everything like that, and we'll keep everyone updated on the podcast with it. So
Alan's Tech Corner.
So we talked a little bit in episode 4 about Asteroid Mining with the SpaceX company.
Right. Alan was actually really excited about talking about it. I remember that was episode 4, so long ago.
Yeah. It's exciting stuff, though,
Yeah.
Mining asteroids, getting all kinds of minerals and stuff, because we're running out of our stuff on our planet, so gotta expand. But there's a new company, a new asteroid mining company called Deep Space Industries, and they're planning to launch a fleet of mining craft in 2015. And they're trying to gather enough resources to make it to where we can build and refuel spacecraft, out in space.
So not only do we have Mars One attempting to launch droids to Mars, we have asteroid miners going into space to mine asteroids. I mean, on the same year too. So
and it's not even just these two. There's others that have been cropping up, but Deep Space Industries, they're coming out with they've got 2 different spacecraft that they're going to be sending up there. One of them is called the Firefly, which I thought was kind of amusing. I wonder if they're brown coats over there.
Oh, they definitely were referencing that. They were.
We like to hope. But the Firefly is going to be a 55-pound spacecraft. It's made from low-cost CubeSat components, which I guess are like kind of smaller little satellite things. And they're going to be launched up onto rockets that are carrying other like larger communication satellites, and those are mainly going to be used for asteroid recon. And they're planning to shoot those out in 2015. And then following that is the 70-pound Dragonfly, which is going to be launching in 2016 for about 2 to 4 year missions. And they're going to be bringing back samples of, whatever minerals and resources that the Fireflies have scoped out.
So do they have how many close by asteroids are they gunning for?
Well, there's a ton of them that they find all the time, just right outside the right out in space. So
I know we got some of them in orbit, not that are staying in orbit and stuff like that. So I'm wondering, how long it's going to take to have. It says for the Dragonfly 2 to 4 year missions, to bring back samples and everything like that. So I guess we would be finding out in close to 2020.
Yeah, but they hope to build space stations out in space and make it to where we don't have to come back to Earth to refuel and build new rockets or whatever.
Moon base, which needs to happen.
It does.
No, I mean with asteroid mining, and we talked about this in episode 4. It's just like there's so many possibilities, especially finding a new element or whatever. I mean that could actually be a different fuel source or whatever, and I mean it was just going to help out humanity because we're running out of resources. There's still resources, but we're running out of ideas for efficient fuel sources. Also for space, since we're going to be busting our butt with space travel in the next 10 to 20 years, we need some different minerals and metals and every kind of stuff that's going to get us through space. Honestly,
I'm hoping they find a mass relay out there.
A mass relay. That'd be cool. Then again, I would be thinking that, BioWare just told a story of the future, and I don't want that future. So, Reapers and all. So. But I mean, there's so many possibilities, and in the next few years, we've got so many independent companies and major companies going out into space and doing all the work that our countries aren't funding correctly, and stuff like that. So, I mean, we have not just the United States, everybody's like everyone's kind of going towards space, but we're relying on independent companies to get us there. And I like that, It's like they want to get their stuff done and they're getting supported and it's going to go right out the roof, So we got Mars One trying to land on Mars. We got Asteroid Mining, with this company, and there was another company that was doing asteroid mining as well, and that was in episode 4. So if you want to go back that far on our podcast and listen to Alan talk about all that, we can redo that. But we'll keep you updated on our Facebook and stuff like that about all the space updates and stuff like that with this space.
Down for another TS review.
All right, so I got a chance to play the God of War Ascension multiplayer beta, and it's actually a lot better than I thought it would be.
See, I'm still afraid of that. God of War, man, single player game.
I had the same outlook at first because it's essentially a single player only series. Yeah, but it actually works surprisingly well too. So when you start it up, you land on Olympus or whatever it's called there, and you get to choose. You choose a god to align yourself with, which is basically you're picking your class. And with the beta, there was only Zeus and Ares that you could pick from. And Zeus is kind of like your battle mage. He's like, I guess he's kind of more, what's it called? He's more magic centric, I guess.
Now, spoiler alert, I'm sorry for anybody that hasn't played God of War. Is this, does this take place before all the gods died?
Yeah, I think this is supposed to be right after Kratos becomes the Ghost of Sparta or whatever.
Okay, so that's the where the game's going to be taking place, I guess, right?
Yeah, I think it's right after he becomes, Ares' little henchman, but before he gets tricked into killing his family. Spoilers.
Okay. Spoilers. So we got Zeus, right? You can align with Zeus, and then
so Zeus, he has electric magic stuff, of course, and he can stun enemies and disable their magic abilities, and all their Zeus items get improved. Like he improves defense and your escape stuff.
It's not magic; it's powers.
Yeah. If you side with Ares, you're basically Kratos. He's like a beat 'em up warrior guy. He's got fire magic, and the fire magic is basically damage over time and disables defenses. And then you have your Ares items that will improve your melee attacks. Okay. You can also side with Hades and Poseidon, but they were locked for the beta. It was just Zeus and Ares.
I want Hades, man.
Yeah. And you can switch allegiances at any time, so you're not stuck with Ares or Zeus or whoever you pick. So you can
is there any customization with characters and everything like that, or
you get armor and weapons that you can buy as you level up.
Also, you get to see like armor equipped to your character and everything like that. Okay,
yeah, all the characters essentially look the same. At least they did in the beta. I don't know if they're in the final releases they're going to look any different. But basically, everybody looks the same, but you have your whatever equipment that you have to make you look a little bit different.
Right.
So, so in the games, you get these world weapons. They're kind of like, I guess it'd be kind of like Power Stone or like a Smash Brothers. Like a weapon will spawn somewhere, and you get to pick it up and just wreck stuff with it, like giant hammers and things like that. And every once in a while, the gods will intervene in a game, and you'll get like a even more powerful weapon that can just destroy everything. It's kind of ridiculous.
How's the like frame rate and everything like even on the beta?
It was pretty clean. I didn't notice any like staggering or lag or any kind of stuff like that. So
Sony on their own games is usually really good about getting everything working correctly. Was it running at 1080p or 720p?
I couldn't tell. I think it was. I want to say it was 1080. Like I don't really remember.
Majority of the PlayStation games are 720. I hate to say it, but sometimes they're actual exclusive. Or I was just curious.
Yeah, I think the main games like the God of War and Uncharted and that kind of thing, those are usually up to 1080.
Yeah, God of War 3 was, I believe.
Yeah. God of War 3 was pretty. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. I'm actually thinking about replaying all of them. I have all the collections except Origins, I think.
Yeah, I wanted to get Oranges too because I never got a chance to play the PSP games.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to be pretty good too.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's different game types in the beta. They have the Favor of the Gods, which is a 4-player. Basically, it's a free-for-all match. Team Favor of the Gods is 8 players, and it's like kind of like Domination on Call of Duty. You get little capture points on the map, and when you have them captured for your team, they generate points, and the first to whatever 1,000 points wins the game. And there's special objectives that you can do. The one map that they have was I don't remember what it was called, but there was a Cyclops kind of chained up to to one part of the map, and you go up and like attack it. Yeah, and whatever team kills the Cyclops gets like a big point boost. It's like 1,000 point boost or something like that.
Is it like just randomly in the middle of the match? Like you have to go do an objective for your team?
Let's see. No, it's not quite like that. Well, a little bit of it is. On that one, when the gods intervene, it'll drop this big like Olympus spear or something. And then everybody's going to go rush to that point to grab the spear. And then you use that to actually kill the Cyclops.
Oh, that sounds pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah. And then, of course, the spear is basically like a one-hit kill, I think, for, the other players in the game.
Now, are all the characters like little Kratoses, or like what kind of different weapon attacks do they have?
Well, with Ares, he gets like these big swords. Zeus has like a giant hammer kind of thing.
Okay.
And I think if you have Hades, you get the scythe things that you got in what was it, God of War 2 that you got those?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I think so.
And Poseidon, I'm not sure what he gets, but
probably a trident.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, you get like a big hammer or a big sword depending on who you pick. But really the weapons that you pick don't really matter. It changes your attacks, of course, but I think with the hammer you get a little bit of a area of effect damage kind of thing.
Okay.
With certain attacks, but basically it's all the same.
Huh. Now, how many players can be on a server right now on the beta?
Right now I've only noticed it was I think it was 8 players at a time. So
I was hoping for like 16 player battles or 18, or even like Killzone does 32. So
well, actually, hang on. I think it might be 8 people on a team. And
8 people on a team? Okay.
I think I'm not. Okay. Don't quote me on it. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't played it in a little while, but
and it's just the beta too, so they're probably just testing it out.
It might even just be more than that later on. But what was really cool, like it's funny you mentioned Killzone because on the that team favor of the gods thing, I noticed. I don't know how it happened, but at the end of one match, it had showed everybody on the team just going to town on the Cyclops and bringing it down, and that was the end of the game. And everybody looked cool, but I don't know how it triggered that because I've seen the game just end on the timer, and then another one it'll be like somebody had killed the Cyclops by themselves, I guess, and they got the point boost. So I don't know what triggered that awesome scene, but
well, like you know, cool. On Killzone 3, they had that little scene where you're on. I forgot what mode it was, but it was like you could. Do little team objectives, and you get little cutscenes of your characters in it doing crazy stuff. Do you remember doing that? Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, and then the end of the game, it would show, like, I remember a lot of times it'd be my guy trying to run off on something, and he'd just, like, miss the jump and fall off into the abyss.
Oh, man, we're going to have to play that again.
Maybe.
I don't even own it, but I know they have that free multiplayer on the network.
Do they?
Yeah, they have a free multiplayer trial network, and then you can buy it for like $10. You can actually buy the full multiplayer.
Huh?
Because I already beat the game, and I think I gave it to one of my buddies or something. So
yeah,
but
they also had capture the flag, which is pretty much exactly what you would expect.
Wow. Well, I'm interested in. I'm always interested in God of War storyline.
Yeah,
but multiplayer could always be a plus. I don't really play many multiplayer games on PS3. That's the only problem. So maybe this will get me playing more multiplayer. I don't know.
Yeah. It was surprisingly well put together, and it wasn't terrible.
Yeah. I hear Uncharted 3's multiplayer is really fun too. I did play the beta for that, and I liked it. But so maybe this will be another one of Sony's good games to play multiplayer on. We'll see. On today's TES News, we got a bunch of cool information, mostly just actually all game topics. I kind of do have a little bit of a tech one, but Origin, yes, EA's Origin, most gamers hate it. I don't mind it, is now on Mac. Oh, you hate Mac too? I'm sorry. Well, you can now, it's the alpha, but you can now run the alpha Origin client on Mac, and there's 2 games available right now. 2 games. That's it. 2 games. Bookworm. Bookworm is a free game they give you to try it out. It's like some little pop a cap game, I guess. And then if you own it on your Origin account, Dragon Age 2. And that works, and I actually loaded Dragon Age 2 on my iMac, and it works good. And I have the 2010 iMac, so kind of gives you, like, I was able to max out the graphics. I was only allowed to do 2 times anti-aliasing, so I couldn't go up past that without it lagging and having video issues. But it's pretty well optimized on Origin, so for the Mac. And I know DICE has just confirmed that they're going to be looking into getting a Mac specialist to port over Battlefield 3 and some of their other Battlefield games later on for Mac. So the more people, the merrier, right?
Yep. Resident Evil Revelations used to be only a 3DS exclusive title. It's coming to the Wii U, PS3, Xbox 360, and the PC on May 21st for a grand total of $49.99.
That's a lot of money for a $39 game.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not just the straight port. It's got HD graphics. It's got a new enemy in the game. The raid mode has new features. It's got new weapons, and the fan favorite Hunk is a playable character in raid mode now.
Does it have co-op play?
I'm pretty sure it has.
Because I didn't even play the 3DS version of it. So
Yeah, I didn't get to either, but I'm not sure if I think it has in the raid mode. I think it's co-op.
oh, okay.
I think it's like a mercenaries type thing.
See, I'm gonna have a hard time picking it up on what console I want it on. Like, I won't pick it up for PS3 or Xbox 360, but PC and Wii U.
Yeah, I'm tempted to get it for PC because best graphics. But
yeah,
the Wii U,
really
I expect will
port.
have the same kind of dual screen mechanic that the 3DS one had.
See, I'd rather pick it up on the Wii U, honestly, because I think they might, since it was originally a Nintendo game, I'm thinking they'll go all out on the Wii U for it.
Yeah.
So, and having that DS kind of touchscreen play will just be probably the best version of it, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Dead Space 3 has 4 unlocked game modes: New Game Plus, Classic, Pure Survival, and Hardcore. Now, Chris, you know a little bit more about this, or?
Yeah, they just recently announced that they're going to have these 4 game modes, and they're all already on the disc, and they're unlocked after you beat the game once.
Okay.
New Game Plus is pretty much exactly what you think. You
Just
start over. Yeah, you start over with all your upgrades and your weapons and everything. Classic mode, they're saying it's for the Dead Space 1 veterans. It's single player only. It has the classic aiming, which I'm not entirely sure what's different between Dead Space 1 and then 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to build weapons from blueprints instead of crafting them, I guess, like you can in the new game.
Interesting.
Yeah. Pure survival mode is, they're saying it's for people who like survival horror and resource managing. And so you're only going to be able to get resources from enemies that you kill. And you're not going to be able to find extra ammo or health and weapon stuff just laying around in the map. And hardcore is it sounds ridiculous. You only get 1 life for the entire game. So if you die, that's it.
Well, that's the standard hardcore. It's like playing Diablo 3 of 1 life.
Yeah. I don't know though if they like increase the difficulty with like making enemies stronger or anything like that, but
I'm pretty sure. I bet you can pick your difficulty on what settings you pick.
Maybe.
Like New Game Plus, I think you can play. Actually, New Game Plus, you could on the older Dead Spaces, you can only play New Game Plus on the same difficulty. So
yeah,
wondering how they do that. Maybe you have to unlock, like, if you're playing like the max difficulty, you can do max difficulty on all those.
Yeah. All right, so this one I'm incredibly excited for. This is basically the reason I'm keeping our 3DS now. Project Cross Zone. I had zero hope that it was going to be localized here, but they announced recently that it's coming to North America, Europe, and Australia this summer.
Now explain what that is. I have no idea.
This game is a giant crossover RPG with Namco Bandai, Sega, and Capcom. Yeah. It's the same people who did the Namco Cross Capcom that came out several years back on PS2 and never made it out here.
Okay.
Made me sad, but this one's coming out and it looks amazing.
3DS titles have been just booming lately. They got some really good ones of Kingdom Hearts and you name it. So.
They've been blowing up with RPGs and stuff lately, and it's making me happy.
Yeah, makes it more worthwhile to pick up.
Yeah. Like I said, it's the main reason I'm keeping our 3DS now. I was thinking about just getting rid of it, but, now I can't.
Cool.
So, bit of an odd one. There's a Tekken card tournament coming out this year. There's an online version. There's 2 versions of this game. There's an online version that plays in the in an internet browser, and it's on the tablets and smartphones as well. It's free, and that's coming out in the next few weeks, from what they said.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a physical version that you buy booster packs like in Walmart or whatever. Those cards are going to go on sale in the spring, and you can play them, by themselves with just the cards. And you can also scan the QR codes on the cards and use them in the online game.
That's kind of cool. Kind of like Magic released a free one on the tablets as well, and then you have to buy all the booster packs and everything like that. So.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a game where you can buy the booster cards in the store and then use them in an online game, though.
No, I haven't seen that.
That's a new thing that I've seen. It'd be interesting. I haven't really played any card games since, I think the last one I played was Magic the Gathering.
I used to play Magic all the time. That's about the only one I played.
Yeah, and
Pokemon back in the day.
Did you have a Holo Charizard? I did.
I did. I sold it for mad money. I used to con kids out of their Pokemon cards at school. I was a bad person. I'm sorry if anybody of my friends are listening to this that I conned you out of Pokemon cards. Gears of War Judgment. Here's some news on that. First run copies will include a download key for the original Gears of War. It releases on March 19th. That's pretty cool. I really wish they'd port all the Gears of War games except for the first one to PC, but that's just me saying.
Well, don't say that. They'll put it on games for Windows Live.
But at least it'd be on PC. Come on.
But it's games for Windows.
Yeah, but I don't know. They need to they put the first Gears of War game on PC with games for Windows, and they never did anything else with 2, 3, and now Judgment's just coming out for Xbox. It kind of makes me mad a little
Probably because everybody hates games for Windows. They don't want to waste the time with it.
Yeah. I just wish I don't know, Microsoft would do something.
Yeah.
They got Windows 8. Come on. Windows 8. Come on. They just do something.
Well, you got that Minesweeper game now. That's kind of cool.
You do earn achievements on there.
Bit of a update for PlayStation All-Stars. The Gravity Rush and Starhawk characters are coming out on February 12th. It's Kat from Gravity Rush and Emma Graves from Starhawk. And there's a new stage that's a mashup of Wipeout and Heavenly Sword, so that should be interesting.
Huh, interesting. Yeah. I still need
February
to pick up
12th, they're coming out, and they're going to be free for the first couple of weeks. And then they're saying that in March, there's going to be some new information about more characters coming out.
Interesting.
So maybe they'll finally announce Crash Bandicoot.
Maybe. I still haven't even picked up that game. I need to.
You do. It's a fun game. I enjoy it. And we have our last PlayStation Plus update for January. Ninja Gaiden Sigma Plus for the Vita. I was disappointed. I saw that and I was like, yes, but I don't have a Vita.
Who has a Vita?
I think maybe 5 people.
5 people?
If you don't want it, I'll take it off your hands. They're so expensive, but I do want one. But Ninja Gaiden Sigma Plus coming out for free on PlayStation Plus. Madden 13, if you care about that. The PS3 version is going to be $29.39, and the Vita version is $19.59. Gatling Gears is coming down to $250. Section 8 Prejudice for $5, and Greed Core for $250.
I think I've played Greed Core. That was pretty fun. Well, what are you going to be doing this weekend?
Probably still going to be chipping away at my list. I've got a long way to go still.
I'm actually going to do something spontaneous. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play Guild Wars 2.
Guild Wars 2? You still play that?
Yeah, I do. I need to get my character to level 80. I'm like level 61 now. I was playing that the other day, and they did this huge patch. And it actually added a lot of cool stuff into it. And I think you can now party up with people on different servers correctly now.
Oh, so, yeah? You don't have to be in an overflow anymore?
Nope. I think you can actually guest into people's servers now. So, and they added a lot of cool new stuff and tweaks with the game, new achievements and stuff like that. So you actually ought to download that before the weekend. Maybe we can play and power level each other or whatever.
Yeah, I can see that.
Give us a multiplayer game to play because we're running out of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be chipping away. I'm going to probably be playing a few of my games I've just recently got called the Lord of the Rings games and Mark of the Ninja. I'm wanting to get that new Japanese RPG for PS3. What is it called?
Ni no Kuni.
Ni no Kuni. Yeah, I can't find it anywhere though. I need to go to GameStop. I went this morning of this recording and I couldn't find it nowhere, and GameStop wasn't open yet. So I was like, okay, so what do I do? So I'm just waiting. That's what sucks about living in a small town. Half the stores don't ever get new stuff. So
yeah, there's a bunch of stuff coming out like in the next month or so. It's bad for me. It's tempting.
Yeah.
Dead Space 3 is coming out, I think, in the first week of March. Yep. Or February, I think.
February. And then we got Crisis 3 coming out.
Crisis 3, the beta has been out, and been playing that a little bit. It's pretty fun. I actually didn't care for the first Crisis. I played probably about an hour of it, and I just couldn't get into it.
The first hour or two of Crisis really was boring, honestly.
Yeah.
I bought it on PS3 finally to get myself motivated to play it all the way through. I have it on PC, but I was testing it out on PS3 last year, and I bought it, and I finally got through it. And man, through the middle of the game, when you get to the point where I stopped at on PC, it gets so much better. It was awesome. And then it got me so excited for the second one, and I played that, and now the third one.
I played the little beta for 3, and I'm pretty much sold on the hunter mode just by that.
The multiplayer looks good. I'm more excited about the storyline, of course, because they ended it kind of on a cliffhanger on number 2. So
yeah,
I recently just finished that this summer. So I'm probably gonna wait on those though, because I really don't have money to blow on Dead Space 3 or Crisis 3 for the EA titles.
And then the Metal Gear Rising is coming out, and I played the demo. That game looks I've never had so much fun just chopping up boxes in the game. It's a lot of fun.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to buy that one on release either.
Yeah, I want to, but I think I should probably wait on it because I still have a long way to go on my list. And like I said, the only game I'm picking up this year until I beat all those games is Resident Evil 6 on PC when it comes out.
Which is not until what, March?
Yeah, I think that was like March 22nd. It's coming out.
Yeah, I'll probably pick that one up on release if money's good and everything like that, which it should be. Also, I'll probably wait the first week on release on PC to make sure Capcom didn't screw up a PC release. So
yeah,
always a worrisome thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of our show. You can follow me on Twitter. I've been on there a lot recently. It's mbufftes.
I'm at cstuTES.
We also have a blog on Blogspot, a blogger. Google. You guys can check us out. Chris just made that. He's going to be doing a lot of posts on there.
Yeah, that's at techearthsyndicate.blogspot.com.
Cool. We got Facebook, iTunes, and YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe to each one of those. And also join our Steam group. We have DOTA 2 keys on there. And
I've had that on there for pretty much since last weekend, so
yeah. If you want DOTA 2 keys, then make sure you go on Steam if you have a Steam account and join our group, and also put a comment into the discussion board for the forum. So that's how you
first 5 comments get the key.
Yep, first 5 comments. We've been putting it on our Twitter, so make sure you guys do that. Thanks everyone for listening. We'll see you next time. Hope you enjoyed today's podcast, and if you have any rants, comments, or questions, please email me at techearthsyndicate@gmail.com. And again, that is techearthsyndicate@gmail.com. Until next time, this is Technical Earth Syndicate signing off.